This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. We're in Wolverhampton, the Wolves are at the door. I'm with Spencer Oliver. How are we, mate?
Lewis, I'm good, mate. I'm a little bit cold. Are you cold? Is it cold in here? I mean, it was nice and warm in here. This is the press conference, by the way, for Adam Azim versus Franck Petitjean. It was warm and it's gone absolutely freezing. I can't work it out because we are inside. Weird.
I am cold, mate. I've got the coat on, I've got the jumper on, I've got 3 layers on, but I'm cold.
It's not like that in the weigh-in tomorrow, by the way. You know what I mean? Otherwise you'll have to be throwing a few pairs of socks up there like, hey, mate, don't worry. We know it's cold.
We know it's cold, but someone that is cold and icy under pressure is someone like Adam Azim. He takes on Franck Petitjean for the European title. A big step up for Adam Azim, do you feel?
Yeah, it's a huge step up, man. European title, that's a big step up in level, experience. You know, it's about opportunity, you know, and that's what Adam's got to take. You know, a lot of people will say, listen, 10 fights, is it too soon? But, you know, with someone like Adam Azim, who I believe is a special talent, it's just how do you hold him back? And Petitjean, you know, although he's got a wealth of experience, he's a southpaw, speed's going to be a big factor. And we're going to find out just how good Adam is. But I think it's a good move for Adam Azim, puts him in the world top 10 in all the governing bodies. But yeah, it's a good move. Petitjean is a tough guy, tough campaigner. Good fight actually, but I expect Azim to do the job. Potentially winning the European title very early on in his career, something that you know yourself done that. How do you measure the progression of Azim with this opportunity so much early on? Mate, do you know how long I've held that title? So I won the European title in my 11th fight. I've held that for 26 years. No one's won it quicker than that from Britain. No Britain's won it quicker than that. The previous holder to that was Nazim Hamid, who held it in 12 fights. Adam Azim's going for it for his 10th. And do you know what? I would not want to give that title to anyone else but Adam Azim, because he's a hard worker. He's super talented, and he grafts as well. And that's what makes superstars. When you've got that super talent, you know, talent don't work when you don't put the work in. Do you know what I mean? And he does both. He's a grafter, man. So yeah, he deserves it. So I'll be happy to give him that title, mate. I hope he goes out there and he wins tomorrow night.
How far off do you? Saturday night. How far off do you feel like he is from the world level names? We know that there was the Dalton Smith offer. Super lightweight is a stacked division domestically and in the world title picture. Do you feel like sort of 2024 could be the breakout year where we could see potential fringe world level opportunities?
Fringe world level opportunities, definitely, yeah, because there's still a lot of development to do. He still needs to be in those hard fights, those fringe world contenders. We still need to see those domestic dust-ups like Dalton Smith. I think that's a great fight down the line for both of those guys. Dalton Smith's an unbelievable talent as well. So look, there's still a long way to go on this journey. We've seen what Adam Azim can do up till now. We haven't seen him come through a crisis. We don't know what he's like if he gets put on the seat of his pants. That does happen with fighters. When you're hitting this sort of level, that's when that sort of stuff happens. I said that to Adam. I said, look, we know how good you are, mate, but be prepared to go wherever you got to go, because he may take you somewhere that you haven't been before, because that's the level that you're getting at right now. So yeah, look, hopefully he takes that advice on board, but I think that there's some big nights out there for Adam Azim, definitely.
Absolutely. We'll move on slightly. Yesterday you was there. We had a press conference that I've said that we never thought we would have it, especially that top table. Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Deontay Wilde, Anthony Joshua. Obviously, we'd like them facing each other, but that's not happening. Still amazing to see that press conference and sort of what Saudi are doing in the sport of boxing. Saudi
brought this together in a quick space of time, a quick turnaround. You know what I mean? Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has made this happen. Money talks. That's what happens. Money talks. Who would have ever thought? I don't think Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren have ever been in the same room together, let alone up on the top table together. Shelley Fingal was up there. There was 12 top promoters. Salita was there, part of it as well. There's 12 top promoters with fighters on this card. But like I say, money talks. And His Excellency has put that money down and has brought this together. Maybe a changing of the times. I think we're going to see some big fights over in Saudi, by the way. I know there's a big announcement tonight. I probably can't say what it is because I'm not there. I know there's a huge announcement tonight. We're out there. We're out in Saudi, obviously, on December the 23rd. I think we get out there again on February the 17th. I think we're out there again on March the 9th. I think we get out there again in June. All big fights. I know Anthony Joshua's signed a deal out there. I know that Deontay Wilder's signed a deal out there. Tyson Fury, obviously, Alexander Usyk. We're going to be seeing a lot of Saudi Arabian boxing, but I think that what the fans are going to miss out on is obviously the opportunity to go there unless they pay a lot of money to travel. But what they do get is the fights that we haven't had for the last 5 or 6 years, and the frustrations that surround that through the politics of the sport. So, 6 of one, half a dozen in the other. But at least we get the fights that we crave, which is only good for the sport.
Turkey Al-Sheikh yesterday done a speech before, was talking that he wants to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. They're on the same card together. They're in the same vicinity to really whet the appetite of boxing fans. But they can't be mistaken that Joseph Parker and Otto Wallin, for both of them, they're live opponents. So do you feel like they have to be careful because there's easy chance that they could lose this fight?
Absolutely. I think that Otto Wallin's coming off a good win against Marat Gassiev. Gassiev's a good fighter. Yeah, all right. He's a small heavyweight, moved up from cruiserweight. Still a good fighter. That was a good win for Wallin. And we've seen how dangerous he can be, how tricky he can be, like when he boxed Tyson Fury. So Joshua's got to keep his eyes on the prize. Definitely, it's a potential banana skin. And the same with Deontay Wilder. Joseph Parker put in a good performance last time out. He's still only young, 31 years of age or something, so still a lot of fight left in Parker. But from my understanding, I think there's a free fight deal on the table for Joshua and a free fight deal on the table for Deontay Wilder. And that free fight deal is obviously them both boxing on the 23rd of December. I think we see them again against each other in the first quarter of the year. And then I think we got a rematch clause in that as well. And that's where they're sat with that. Obviously we've got Tyson Fury boxing Usyk rematch as well, and loads of other potential fights out there as well. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of time out in the Middle East next year, definitely.
Absolutely, definitely should be getting used to that. And one thing I did want to touch on, in 2023, there's been the profile of drug testing and people testing positive has been very rife this year. There's been a lot of stuff being talked about for drug testing. One man that is on the card for that Saudi card on 23rd of December is Jarrell Miller. His first sort of fight back in the world title picture since he tested positive for numerous banned substances against Anthony Joshua. Does this send out a poor message? Is it sort of disappointing to see him back on the world title picture?
Well, do you know what? He served his ban, didn't he? And I think that's been the problem. Listen, if you're going to do it, I think the bans should be much more stringent than they are. I don't think the bans are enough. In talking about heavyweight boxing, and Jarrell Miller, he was like a fucking walking chemist, mate. He was, he failed numerous tests, and he finds himself back in the ring. And listen, he can only serve his ban, do his time, and then he's back. All right, so that's what it is. I mean, that's what the problem we've had with certain people failing tests and not admitting the tests, and trying to pass the information or pass the guilt elsewhere or the blame elsewhere, should I say? And you just go, listen, if you're going to get caught, own it, serve your time, and then you can come back. That's what Jarrell Miller's done. The punishment should be stricter, I think, but he served his time, so you've got to allow the guy to fight, and that's where you're at with it.
Absolutely. Spence, I just want to say thank you for taking time to speak to you. Appreciate it. And good to catch up with you, mate, and I'm sure we catch up soon, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers.
Top man, thank you, mate. Cheers, mate.